Welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophia, piloting into the universe of Chinese. Let's continue unpacking ocean/industrial age concepts that first translated by Japanese scholars, and then Chinese simply inherit that. Dong Yuan is today's character, and you see simplified traditional looks quite different now. 2,000 years ago, a lot more curvatures in there. And for me to make sense of things, of how these Chinese characters were created by components of smaller scale, not smaller, but other self-standing units of meaning. Sometimes it's stopped being self-standing, become like totally incorporated into other concepts, but some other concepts are their own characters. And 2,000 years ago's dictionary, the seal script, that's the first standardization of Chinese characters by Xu Chen in 说文解字. So that's the dictionary used back then. And I always unpack through that long time ago's version because it gave us more visual cues of what in that picture is about. Because later on, things got streamlined, got digitized, got simplified, and they start to lose lots of the original nuances. Okay, so 动 and yuan, I translate it as move, member. It doesn't make any English sense, right? Altogether, 动yuan means mobilize. And Japanese scholars put these two Chinese concepts together. Move. Okay, mobilize, move. Makes sense, right? And yuan, I translate as a member. But actually it's kind of serves as headcount, or it's an effort, it's a unit of measurement of either people or things. So this yuan can mean actually resources. Simply it's as a unit of measurement that used for both people and the stuff that can be associated with resources. And when we talk about resources, it can be both human resources, right? We pair human and resources together, and things, physical things that can be, I guess, unified by this unit of measurement. And Japanese scholars use this to mean the object of what move. You're trying to mobilize the members, the headcounts of people and resources associated with these people. And I think it's justifiable. 动员, who is the subject matter? It's not shown in here. And given the context of what I've been talking about, the 政治, 政府, and what's the third 政? So we talk about a lot of some things about 政党, so political concepts, and 动员, I think, is also in the same line. Same domain, that this is about mobilizing. You're trying to influence, convince people, kind of sell your thoughts to people so that they share the same vision and they get mobilized to achieve, to at least get heard, to have their voices heard. Okay, so 动, how Chinese express move. It's such a I would say in our vocabulary, move. I mean, military people use move, right? It sounds short and give you the sense of kick things from still to motion. Doesn't give you velocity or change of speed. But this move give you the sense of things are happening. You're at least spatially change locations, right? So how Chinese express that? We have the human figure sitting on the top of here. It's because it's sitting on a stack of multiple Chinese characters. So it was okay. Let me try to draw something here. Okay. This is a human figure. Human. In particular, there's two strokes, the front side of the body, the back side of the body. And this is the leftward facing. So Chinese is oriented toward the left. And left is their forward facing. So this is somebody, just like two strokes. It's a profile view of human figure. And then, okay, this part getting interesting. Okay, we have the tree symbol or wood symbol, simply canopy of a tree, root of the tree connected by the trunk of the tree. So this is the tree symbol, kind of separated by two other characters. And those two other characters were embedded in there. So we have a sun symbol. Well, I didn't draw it proportionally. Oh, too bad. Okay, so this is a sun symbol. That's an oval shape with a horizontal line in the middle. It's simply a sphere. Even if we squashed it, it's not a perfect circle anymore. It's oval shape. But this is a sphere with horizontal line means energy. So energetic ball is a Chinese simplification of the sun. And at the bottom here, well, I draw it too long here. This is our soil symbol. So soil symbol simply is two horizontal lines connected by one vertical line. So the soil, the tree, the sun, and the person on top of that. How to make sense of all that? It means the east, the direction, the orientation of the east, because my guess is agrarian society, right? Farming activity often happens almost at a sunrise time because in the daytime it's simply miserable to work under a strong UV light. And so you want to start whatever labor you need to do, go through the farm field in the early hours. And how early hours were expressed. It's this sun embedded in the tree trunk. Simply by the structure of the tree, we know this is the trunk of the tree. And here is the bottom of the tree. And you can see the sun is right at the trunk, kind of behind, backlit from behind the tree trunk. That means it's not rising very high yet. It's not even above the top of the tree yet. So it's early in the morning, standing on top of the soil. And this is the human figure existing in that environment to show you that this person is, well, the whole thing means heavy. So this person on top of the soil at the very early morning time when the sun is right behind the tree trunk. And that's the east symbol. The sun behind the tree trunk is the east. And when it paired with the soil symbol, it gives you the time and the space, right? So that person is already on top of the soil when the sun just rising from the east. And that gives you the sense of weight. I think that's probably because this person, full days of labor is envisioned here. And we have this heaviness, this weight because of this. I guess this is heavy labor in ancient times. That's regarded as the farming probably was the heaviest. Besides, I guess, housing construction, probably that was heavier. But farming was regarded as the heavy work back then. And so this whole thing, the human stack on top of the east icon and the soil together make this heaviness or the weight concept. And when I pair with the farming tool, simply you can piece this almost a movie together, make it into movement. That person at the sunrise, already standing on the soil, using this rake or plow symbol, you can almost like guarantee that person is going to move. It's going to move along the soil. And for that, we have a word for that, toil, right? Toiling on top of the soil. So that farming activity is guaranteed, and therefore the motion, the move is guaranteed in this frame. And member yuan, we have on the top this oval shape. And here, because it doesn't have the horizontal line, so for sure it's not the sun. And according to some scholars, this is the opening of a container. So ancient times, the vessels, I guess containers oftentimes, I think, with the opening of, I guess, either oval shape or perfect circle shape. So that was signifying the opening of the thing. And the bottom here is, I guess, it's almost like a three-dimensional drawing of this. So this is the decorated vessel with the side messages in there. And this is probably the stand of the vessel. And you view it from both the side and top-down view. So you can see the cup and not necessarily a cup, but it could be any of the shapes that's container that you can see the opening for that. The rim of this container. That's one explanation. The second explanation, my version, is that we know this is bait. This is a type of seashell. Gee, I forget the exact type of seashell, but was once used as a currency in ancient times. So if this is cash, this is today's dollar sign or any kind of currency sign. So this is money. And then the top is, I can simplify it as equivalent of or similar looking enough as a human mouse symbol. So this is a mouse symbol that came of the cookware, the pot. These are the two handles of pot. And could be like when people copy or want to create this concept, that they streamline it and make it into oval shape. That means the mouse symbol. So mouse, in ancient Chinese, we use that to represent the whole person. So instead we use head count, right? English, at least we use the head. The cognitive function of person, we use mouth, the eating, and the speaking function of a person to represent the whole person. So this is human resource, and this is the cash, the funding, and both together is a type of resources, right? And move member simply is the way to say it's mobilizing. You're making both humans and their funding, their currency, moving to support some common causes. And here is, I guess, a protest. And to show you French, your fight is my fight. And this is kind of slogan to try to mobilize people, because basically this is saying we're fighting for you because your fight is our fight. So sharing that common goal is one of the ways to mobilize people and funding, money, the stuff, everything behind. There you go. 动员. Thank you for your time. See you another day.